Ahoy artist live painting session today with Lois Cordelia. Hopefully we've got some of our sponsors on board and looking and watching, but this is in particular is the Octopus patron of Ellisons Solicitors. So hopefully we've got a couple of Ellisons Solicitors on board watching this right now. And this is Lois. So Lois, say hi. And who have we got with us, Lois?
We've got ink and wash in progress.
Ink and wash. So can you talk us through a little bit about the design of ink and wash and why you came to decide this was the design that you'd like to put forward for Octopus Ahoy?
So ink and wash it sort of celebrates the incredible influence of ink. And so I've got the idea of ink, pen and ink drawings. They're not actually ink, they're acrylic pen, but ink drawings of scenes of Harwich, landmarks and so on, and the surrounding area of Tendring Peninsula. And the wash part is a very loose background of, in this case, pink and blue, which represents our very generous sponsors at Ellisons Solicitors.
That's amazing, and I can see there's a little mascot on there.
There is.
Yeah, what's this one called?
I call it Inky.
Inky. We seem to be doing that. It's a bit like when you suddenly see the same, like if you bought a car, you suddenly see lots of that car everywhere. Now we feel that there's octopus everywhere. Whereas obviously when the trail starts, which is this summer, 25th of June, there really will be over 100 octopus on the streets of Tendring. So get the 25th of June in your diary, ready to see them out on the streets in Tendring. So have we had some people join us so far? How are we seeing the people come on board? Have we got Ellisons Solicitors in the house? Hello! Thanks ever so much for sponsoring Ink and Wash. We already know that he's going to be the most beautiful creation. So can you also talk us through a little bit about this kind of, the thought process behind why it's ink and wash? So I can see that you're using chunky markers right now. And just to be...
I'm using Posca pens, which are actually acrylic paints but in marketing form. So they're very versatile around wash, if you like, of the colours, pink and blue, deliberately. And you can see it's sort of partly almost deliberately slightly dribbled and so on, rather like the sort of creaky undertones as well, which the octopus lives.
Well, I think as we've already established, if I was given those pens, they would not look like that.
Well, this one's quite a chunky one. This is good for doing the sort of the more chunky parts of the design. Is what I mean.
Very good.
These when you put them down, you can smudge them for a short few minutes after you put them down, a few seconds.
Don't panic, I'm not going to have a go. You're
So
okay.
Where I've got these,
Ink and wash is safe.
see what I mean? So you can loosely smudge it. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're very versatile. I use them a lot for public art pieces.
And have you decided on which of these landmarks are going to be represented on here? I can see the Electric Palace from
We've got
Harwich
Electric
on there.
Palace, yes, and I'm currently working on a time trail and the anchor that finishes the maritime trail and all that sort of thing. I also particularly want to put on here Old Bank Studios in Harwich, which is run by some very dear friends of mine, Nigel and Bev Colino, and they run art workshops from there. I've taught there in the past, so it's a very soft spot for Old Bank Studios.
I was going to say, and that's the brilliance about this, is it's a real true celebration of art throughout the whole of the Tendring area, isn't it? And so, you know, we were obviously looking to Mayflower 400 last year, so we're looking at 401 for this year, and there's other milestones looking at 150 years of Clapton, so this is all going to be a lot of joy that goes out onto the streets, and as I said, over 100 of them, so it really will feel like an octopus army. So those trail dates again are the 25th of June, and they come off the streets on the 5th of September, and they'll be auctioned for charity for the Essex Community Foundation, and that auction will be on the 23rd of September at the toll booth. So again, get ready for making lots of money for some very special local causes. So we had over 100 artist submission designs, and there are still some opportunities to sponsor 1 or 2 more octopuses. So do get in contact through octopusahoy.co.uk if you're interested in having a wonderful octopus created as a piece of art for the streets of Tendering this summer. Have you been involved in sculpture trails like this before, Lois?
Yeah, quite a few of them actually. I think about 25, something like that, all around the country.
Not all octopus. Is this the first
This
octopus?
is the first octopus.
Well, we like to hear. We like to be a first. We like to be an original.
Yeah.
So, and are there landmarks that are going to be around here? Have you got a full list of what's actually going on?
Not entirely. I'm sort of.
Are you still open for suggestions?
Yeah, so absolutely.
Put comments in the box. Find out your suggestions for the landmarks that should be on Ink and Wash. This is your chance to be able to actually put your stamp on a piece that will feature in Octopus Ahoy this summer. We'll have those comments coming in. Sydney, have we got anybody that's got any commentary as yet? So okay. Yes. And yes, no, I am not
yet.
But if anybody is interested in learning a little bit more about Lois Cordelia as a community artist and a speed painter, then I think you've got your own website as well.
Yes, I have. So it's Lois Cordelia. That's all in one word, no underscores or spaces or anything. LoisCordelia.com, simply. So I'm on social media at Lois Cordelia. So that's LoisCordelia.
Do have one of those beautiful names that sound like an artist. Sound like it's Is it? Like a stage artist name. That's even better. Okay, and so is he going to have any special features on top of his head, or are all of the landmarks featuring just on the bottom?
I'm just going to basically fit them around. I mean, these ones I've fitted in between the tentacles here. I'll just sort of space them out as I go, really.
Because you're known for speed painting as well, is that correct?
Yeah, simply the idea of doing a lot with very little and very little time. So before lockdown I used to work live in public almost every few days really, and I would quite often do a portrait or something within 45 minutes, an hour. Yeah. And so people can actually stand there and watch, and it's unfolds in front of them.
We really enjoy the public painting part, so we're really grateful that you've looked to try to do a version of that, but even if it's via virtual form.
It's nice actually for me, because I'm not getting the chance to do that at the moment, other than on my YouTube channel, which is indirect.
And it also means that we get to be introduced to Inky, so you know it's always nice to have a massive opportunity to move in. Had some questions come through. Let me just see what some of those are. Halfpenny Pier. Someone wants to see Halfpenny Pier on there from Harwich. That's a good idea.
Good idea. Thank you for that.
We've got one of our lovely other artists, Ellisons Solicitors, has just said that they love this. Way to go, Lois.
Thank you.
David Lloyd's just joined us.
An ant crawling over my sketch.
So you know there's a masterpiece going on here. Come on, ants, have some respect. The other thing about the octopuses is that obviously they're going to feature on our Octopus Ahoy app that is available to download from the 1st of June. So you'll be able to see the ability to click off a QR code or a GPS if you're just near Ink and Wash's location. So you'll have to go and hunt for him, and then if you find him, you'll be on the app and you'll be able to click off a prize and a reward. And we're not going to tell you what it is yet, but it is courtesy of our sponsors, Ellisons Solicitors, for Ink and Wash. So it's very exciting, and yeah, do make sure that you download the app on the 1st of June. We've got some more comments on here. Ellisons love the sculpture, great colours, we can't wait to see the finished sculpture. That's great, and I was going to say that would be lovely, so thank you very much again for becoming one of our octopus patrons. Are you looking at Harwich Fort?
Probably, yeah.
At this rate, it's going to be covered with all kinds of different opportunities. So that's great. Yeah, so the app will have absolutely loads of rewards and prizes, and it's just a really fun fun free activity to be able to do in your area for this summer, since we're all staying a little bit more local, particularly at the moment. Why not be a tourist in your own town? Why not go on the trail of Octopus Ahoy, have lots of fun free activities and free prizes, and just enjoy the amazing public art trail that is Octopus Ahoy, featuring our community artist Lois Cordelia. So can you talk us a little bit about some of the other animal sculptures that other sculptures you've been involved in before?
Yes.
Did you do one of our giraffes for Poultice?
No, the first one I did was the pig golden for Ipswich in 2016, so I just missed that one. I think that was
for St Elizabeth Hospital, I remember that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, Pig's
Yeah.
Gone Wild.
That's
Hello,
correct.
Norman.
Yes, exactly. So that was my first one, and I've just caught the bug. I've been doing them ever since.
Oh, well, you're very, very brilliant at them, so we're glad that we were able to get you involved with this one. I think I've had some more comments come in. Bear with me. Oh, might need to just access what that looks like, but we'll see if we can get back to you shortly. Here we go. Who else have I got on here? I've got another couple of comments from people saying how talented you are, which is lovely, Lois. You picked a good day for this from the amazing Anne-Marie Bryn. Another one of our fantastic.
That's my very dear friend.
Ah! Hello.
She and I
Say
met.
hi.
She and I met through the pigs. So, she's also painted one of the Octopus.
She has. She's painted Flying High, I believe. So
Yes, that's right.
looking forward to being able to see that one out on the trails as well. That one I think has not been seen by the public as yet. So, and this one everyone's getting to see actually be created. So nice to see you, Anne-Marie. Nice to see you, Alison. Hopefully you have a few more artists and sponsors join us soon as well. So I remember the Pig's Gone Wild trail. That was really good in Ipswich, and I think they're potentially doing another one next year. We did the project locally Colchester we delivered was for Colchester's 50th, and that was called Stand Tall for Giraffes, and that was our kind of first venture back in 2013 into sculptures, and I think that's always held a special place in our hearts locally. So we're really looking forward to being able to deliver another one in Essex. So 25th of June for those dates for the trail when they go back out onto the streets, and they come up on the 5th of September, auction being on the 23rd of September at the toll booth for the Essex Community Foundation.
I think we've had someone request some close-ups of the octopus here.
Let's go in for the pier, because obviously it's not just 150 years of Clacton, it's 150 years of the pier this year. So I believe that was 1871 that the Clacton Pier first came about, and that is when Clacton on Sea in its official form was formed. So 150 year celebrations, very exciting for this summer to mark that milestone for Clacton as well. And if we have a look, talk me through this next one, next to you, Lois. Sorry to stop you
Next
in the middle of your
sorry.
pier.
Which one? Oh, this one?
Mm-hmm.
I forget the name. I can't remember the name of it.
Lois is just looking up what she's just painted. She's so talented. She paints things without even knowing what they are. Ah, that is the fort. There you go. So the fort's already on there, I think, for someone that mentioned that in the comments. So that's fantastic. And then obviously the wonderful little cinema in Harwich, where we've had some really lovely times visiting that. It's one of my favourite places in Harwich. I can't wait for that to reopen. We used to come over a sail, stop off and eat at the pier actually, and then go and watch a movie in for the afternoon matinee. So yeah, looking forward to those times again when we get to be able to go out and see people. So pop to Harwich this summer, make sure that you get to see all of the cluster of octopuses that pretty certain Ink and Wash will probably be in Harwich. There you go, there's a heads up, there's something you might not know, that's one to keep a lookout for, isn't it? So and then you'd be able to start the trail, and once you've started, as I think we all realised, it will be very difficult to stop because it's so much free fun. Free fun. And then
Lockdown sort of beginning to ease.
the majority of it is an outside trail, and actually that really has been able to give us the ability to relaunch this year with certainty of knowing that we're going to be able to deliver it. And the fact that it generates so much footfall in our own local area is going to be a welcome thing, I think, for the later summer months for the whole of Tendring. So yes, definitely get out and about with your family and enjoy the public art trail that is Octopus Ahoy. For more information on Octopus Ahoy, go to www.octopusahoy.co.uk. Now, another thing you might want to join in is our volunteer program. So the volunteer program is called First Make Crew. Sign up for that coming in the next few years. Definitely go on the website if you want to get involved, if you want to be able to assist some of the sculpture watching and opportunities to be able to be involved yourself in this community project, then join our First Make Crew sign up and watch the space on the website for the next 2 weeks. Oh, had some more comments, I believe. There isn't a collective noun for a group of octopuses. Octopus Ahoy will have to invent one. We went with octopi, but we were told that was wrong. We do know this because they're solitary beasts, isn't it? We do know that. We're very happy for people to come up with an idea and think of something that would work. We could start a whole new thing. We like making up words, to be fair. So yeah, do feel free to put into comments some of the ideas for that.
And ink of octopuses.
An ink of octopuses. That won't wash with me, Lois. That's a great idea. I think we could do something with it. Inky is one of my favourite little creatures we've ever had on a Facebook Live. I feel like I have to ask a little bit further. Where did you purchase it?
Amazon.
That is not the right answer. That is not the right answer. Buy local, Lois. But I'm telling you, we know Inky now came for convenience, didn't we?
Made by a lovely firm called Wild Republic.
Ah.
They do all sorts of very realistic sort of animals.
I have to say, I was just going to say that is the most realistic version of a cuddly octopus I've ever seen. So.
Yeah, he's very sweet.
Oh, I've heard great minds, Lois, from Catherine. She says that she had thought of calling them an ink. So that, there we go. Must
there you go
we've got
then.
a tangle of octopi.
A tangle. I like that as well.
A splash, an inkling of octopuses. Yes, actually an inkling. Very good. We like that. That might be the one, I think. Just so that we know, even with all of the tools that you had at your disposal, if I was in exactly this same position right now, it would not look like that. And so obviously that's not a bar that's greatly set, so I do know that your talents are huge and vast, but I'm just forever impressed by anyone that is in front of me clearly creating something joyous. In my head it would look amazing, but the stick man is something that is much more suitable to my talents in the artistic
There's plenty
department.
of stick men on here as well.
There you go, see? Can we say, at least pretend that one's by me? I
do you
need
wanna
some
add
kind of
one in?
acknowledgement on there, definitely.
We've got another question by Kelly Ann. She says, the close-ups are amazing. Is she using special pens or are they paint pens?
These are acrylic marker pens, so they're Poscas actually. So I'm using various different, very, very fine nibs, right up to the really chunky end of the scale for a real sort of, lot of chunky bits, but otherwise white and black. So yeah, they're special pens in that sense, but they're acrylic marker pens.
Will
Very,
you
very versatile.
will you sign it, Lois, as well? Do you tend
Will
to?
do, yeah, when I've done it. Yeah.
Using one of these. I'm a bit concerned that you've got one of your other mascots eating shortbread biscuits. You can't, honestly, you can't trust them.
So,
Who's this one?
he hasn't got a name.
Names for the octopus, people. Names for the octopus. Good suggestions for him. I think that's amazing. It's amazing when you look at the pier actually how much it's changed. It shows you the level of investment that has gone into that over time. It's not quite the roller coaster loop that we are looking forward to this summer that I can see on there today, is there? So that's definitely of its time. A lovely shot. Where did you get the pictures from? You've got a historian friend, haven't you? That
Mostly I've been looking online for it.
we know that there's a heritage and history fact of one particularly helpful person that is looking to old pictures and old footage so that we can all see what that looked like for the celebration. So we're looking forward to seeing that.
We've got a question coming from the sponsors of Ink and Wash, Ellisons Solicitors.
Hello. Hello. See what's in there. Oh, before that, sorry, I'm on a slight delay. I've got the close-ups. Oh, here we go. Where do you normally paint, Lois? Are your neighbours always treated to you painting on the driveway? I love that. They've been very friendly. They've been waving.
At this moment, I'm actually up on my parents' driveway, which is they're very kind of allowed me to do the painting here. But normally I work in my own studio where I moved a few months ago in Christchurch Street in Ipswich. So before lockdown, as I said, I used to paint live in public most of the time.
We had a plan, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's still okay. We've got a new plan. It's fine. This is the plan. It's great. But we would like to see your studio. We'll have to pop back at some point and see.
Yeah, well, when things are a bit safe.
But I was half expecting to see Papa Paparazzi because we noticed when we turned up that Lois's lovely father was taking some amazing pictures. And yeah, we definitely like copies of those. But it's half hidden in the bush, so he's now Papa Paparazzi forever from now on. That's his name for us. And yeah, we actually also saw, didn't we? I mean, again, it's when you start looking around and you're thinking octopuses all the time, they're all you'll see. But quite literally, we watched a car drive past with Digby the octopus on it, which I think is an Ipswich recycling thing.
Yeah.
Where timing was obviously perfect. But it's all we see now. We look around and it's just octopuses here, there, and everywhere. Really? And this is why the artistic community, we are so fortunate to have the artists we have in this area. I don't think we really understand sometimes quite how fortunate we are to have such amazing artists. We've got a name suggested for the little octopus. Biscuit, since he's clearly fond of eating Lois's sugar. Lois, not needed. The puns just keep coming. That's just perfect. It's a parcel of being involved in the trail.
I was doing a hare. Anne-Marie and I both did hares for the South End Trail.
Which is also happening this
summer. And also a colleague of mine, Alan, he was doing one as well. And yeah, you can imagine the hare.
Yes, I can. Yes, to be fair. Well, you get to the point where with the particular creature you're doing, you do get all punned out. We did the same thing with giraffes, to be fair. Your studio, where is it located, Lois?
It's just in my front room at the moment. But yeah, just in Christchurch Street I live now, so yeah. And I'm at some point, when it's maybe safe to open up to the public, I might actually do a sort of an open studio or something like that later on. But
we definitely like to come to that.
otherwise, my other sort of studio, if you like, is just my YouTube channel, which is obviously open to the public 24/7. So. And I tend to have a lot of really, close-up footage of what I'm doing, tutorials, demos, and that.
Do you think you could teach anything? I'd quite like to learn your paper cutting technique.
I'd love to do that. I used to teach that at Old Bank Studios in Harwich as well.
I think that might have to be a date at some point.
Brilliant, yeah.
I saw it on one of your other designs you submitted, the paper cutting. So you cut the shapes in advance. Can you talk us through paper cutting?
Yeah, what I do with paper cutting is a lot of it is sort of silhouette based. So I usually use a surgical scalpel blade, so the sort of thing that a surgeon uses.
So very sharp.
Very, very sharp.
I've changed my mind. I might not be trusted with something like that. But
And I usually very loosely draw the designs in advance. You can obviously use templates and so on. If you're a complete beginner, I usually get people to use templates because particularly you're not then struggling with positive versus negative. So if you've got it just mapped already, that's fine. And then you just cut out the bits. Eventually,
I love it how you say this. You just cut them out. Just cut them out. I've seen your Dreamcatcher ones, and they are astounding, truly astounding. Yes, I'm not quite sure it's a case of it's just. So I'll come for the tutorial when you have one at the new studios. I'll definitely come.
Paul highly recommends Lois's YouTube channel. He says there's lots to watch on there.
And I would be remiss if I didn't just very briefly mention something that we obsessed over just as soon as we turned up. Actually, your octopus. I mean, I love it how everybody, the sponsors and the artists, they all get so involved with octopuses.
the necklace.
Yes, the necklace. I have to know about the necklace.
The necklace comes from Sheffield. It's good old-fashioned Sheffield steel. It was actually a piece that I bought in the museum in Sheffield when I was there a few years ago. I was painting not an animal, a critter or anything. I was painting onto a car bonnet, if you like. So they were doing a Sheffield to Monte Carlo art rally with cars, and so Anne-Marie did one of those as well. We egg each other on with these trails all over the country, but we've had poetry still there, so it's all rather a nice sort of thing. But yeah, it is a fork that
Is it?
twisted into an octopus. Yeah, it's rather cool.
I do like that. That is amazing. I think that actually at some point we might have to do a little tour with him and wash down to the studio. As you say, we're all kind of waiting to know what we're allowed to do. But a little tour just to have him situated in your studio for a period of time just before he goes live on the trail. Maybe have a pre-invite for Ellisons Solicitors to come and have a look at him in the flesh, so to speak, or in the fiberglass. Because I think we should probably.
I think you might have seen my video.
I did,
Which is on my YouTube actually, so it's the last one on there. And I literally squeezed blue and pink paint onto it. It was a big brush, sort of thing you might use as a decorator, and I splurged all over it. And in parts I've allowed it to deliberately dribble a little bit so that it's just a bit more painterly. I don't like things being too precise in that sense. You might not believe that when you see my scalpel work. With the paints,
That does look very accurate, your paper cutting techniques. It's very, very good.
Yeah, it's one extreme to another, if you like. So the scalpel paper cuts I do, you find if you do the sort of cutting out an eyelash, you sort of have to stop breathing for
just to make sure that it is
Whereas
as
with
precise
this,
as possible.
it's very loose.
But that shows versatility in your range of everything that you can do as an artist. As I said, I'd be happy to ask some other people, but the paper cutting
Well, thank you.
amazing. I'm assuming the ink and wash, it was inspired because of the ink connected to octopus.
Yes, that's absolutely right. Yeah, I think I'm right in saying they use it as a defense tactic. I may be wrong on that, but I think that's right. So if you surprise or startle an octopus, it will squirt out ink into the water and it will go dark because it's black. And of course, obviously people then started using ink. Originally it would have been octopus ink and squid ink. And of course now we don't use octopus ink, but it's still this, as I said, incredible influence of ink.
Lois, you do all my work for me. I love it. Incredible. Yes, it is incredible.
What I use here is not technically ink, but it is ink in the sense that I'm drawing with it, and so that's the connection.
We've had a question from Catherine. She asks, Lois, do you work in other mediums other than painting/drawing?
Yeah, so we mentioned medium. It's not just a substrate that I'm drawing on.
Let's do it again. But with octopuses.
Yeah, so I do a bit of everything really. I do a lot of, obviously I do a lot of acrylics, mostly portraits. I do coloured pencils. Yeah, I do all sorts.
What's your favourite ever project, Lois? It doesn't have to be
Oh my
sculpture
goodness.
related. What's the most favourite thing you've ever done?
I don't think I have one actually.
Just like variety.
I think of the public art pieces I've done, it's so really. I really enjoyed. I tell you one I really enjoyed was a lion that I did for the trail in Windsor. That would have been 2 years ago, and I called him Leonardo, and he was named after my all-time hero, Leonardo da Vinci. And so I painted my interpretation of the Mona Lisa onto it, and the lady with the ermine, and it was, yeah, and there were silhouettes on there as well. That's on my YouTube as well.
That's amazing.
But Leonardo da Vinci is one of my all-time heroes, and I often, when I used to teach, I would always quote Leonardo da Vinci.
That was really inspirational. I like that. I have to say, I've learned a lot more about Leonardo da Vinci just last summer, actually, than any other time. Yeah, so I mean, amazing. More than you actually realise when you go into him as a subject, really. So, is there anyone locally that inspires you as well? Is there any community group that you're part of?
So I work part-time also with Inside Out Community, which is a wonderful organisation, basically focusing on arts for mental health and well-being. So my colleague Alan, I mentioned earlier, he works as a programme leader, as I do, for them. And so yeah, I mean, I've been part-time basically since last July, though I did a lot of teaching with them before that as well. And that's, I mean, it's like a family, it's a community feel. We do workshops regularly every week, and we do some creative mentoring one-on-one, and various we've got creative writing as part of it, music projects, and moving minds, which is gentle movement and dance.
Teach the octopus.
Yes, absolutely.
We have a wonderful education program. Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2. We've got over 56 schools signed up, and they've all obviously got a 2-foot by 2-foot version of the octopus. And some of the designs and the artwork that comes across the children is amazing as well, isn't it? I mean, you never fail to be surprised at how amazing some of the artwork is that comes back. And obviously they get to go back to the schools as a permanent memento. They're not auctioned, they get to go back to the school for the children to enjoy. But they are featured on the app. And so again, it's wonderful for children to be able to see, alongside professional artists, their own artwork showcased on public art trail on this kind of scale. So yeah, really looking forward to receiving back some of the school octopuses as we collect those in the next few weeks. Again, if you want any information about the education programme, then obviously go to octopusahoy.co.uk/education. So yeah, that's great to hear. I'll have to look up a little bit more information about Inside Out. That sounds Inside Out Community, actually.
InsideOutCommunity.com.
Inside Out Community.
Got that right?
So I think what we're going to do is probably, is there any other things that you'd like to get across, or anything you'd like to say about the design of your course? Otherwise, I think we might.
I think simply a huge thanks to Ellisons, especially this lovely weather. The sun's gone in at the moment, but just been actually, it's actually lovely just to get out in the open. I'm really glad it worked, because we had a lot of technical issues last night.
We're all good. Thank you ever so much, Ellisons.
Yeah,
Thank you ever so much for
thank you.
coming to watch. Take care. Bye.
Bye.